Good morning, students. Myself, Ashigla Devi, Assistant Professor in Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Today, we are going to discuss about the subject 24 CS 302 Object-Oriented Java Programming. In Unit 2, we are going to discuss about method overloading. Okay, so in this session, we are going to study method overloading, which is an important concept which is in Unit 2. Java supports object-oriented programming. So one of the main feature of object-oriented programming is called as polymorphism. So the method overloading is an example for compile time polymorphism. It helps us in improving code reusability and code readability. What is method overloading? So now let us understand what this method overloading is. Method overloading means defining multiple methods with the same name but with different parameters list. So method can differ by its number of parameters, the type of parameters and the order of parameters. Even though the method name is same, Java identifies the correct method based on its parameter. Why we need method overloading? So now the question is, why do we need the method overloading? Method overloading simplifies the code, it avoids unnecessary method names, and also it enhances the program readability. For example, instead of using different names like add2, add3, we can use same name called add with different parameters. So this makes the program easy to understand and maintain. And next is, let us see the rules for method overloading. Method overloading is possible only if the method name is same and the parameter name is different. So important point to remember is the return type alone cannot differentiate the method. The access modifier can also be different, but they do not affect the overloading. So the parameter list difference is mandatory. And next is the types of method overloading. There are three main ways for achieving method overloading. First one is by changing the number of arguments. Second is by changing the number of data type arguments. And then third is by changing the sequence of arguments. Now let us see an example for it. Different number of arguments. Here is an example for method overloading by changing the number of arguments. So in this class, the first add of method accepts 2 integers and the second add of method accepts 3 integers. Both the methods can have the same name but different parameters list. At compile time, the Java decides which method to call based on the arguments passed. And if it is by changing the data type as argument means in the same example, for example, if you are giving for one add a function, if you are giving an integer as an argument means for the second one you have to give the float as an argument. And the third type is by changing the sequence of arguments means, for example, first initially if you are giving an integer and a float value, and next if you are pausing and float value comma integer value means just we are changing the sequence of arguments. So by changing the sequence also you can create method overloading. So when we summarize today's session, the method overloading allows same method name and its parameters must be different, and it improves the readability and flexibility. So it is also an example of compile time polymorphism. So method overloading is widely used in Java to write clear and efficient programs. So thank you, students. We will continue with the next concept in the upcoming classes. Thank you. Happy learning.